band's going nuts. You want to add some spice to your traditional coffee cake? How about hazelnut chocolate coffee cake? It's revolutionary, and our dessert diva Danette Randall joins us live in studio this morning with many bowls and dishes.
I did not say that this was revolutionary.
I did. I said it's going to change the face of the coffee cake industry.
It's a little twist on a coffee cake. That's all I'm saying.
Coffee cake industry will never be the same.
They won't recover from this. It's very simple, but we just have a few steps. Okay?
Yeah, there's some
and I just want to let you know, I did this per a request.
Oh, really? A demand?
Yes. It was for a bake sale, and they wanted a New York style coffee cake. Mm-hmm. There's always cupcakes, and they wanted something different. So, goody two-shoe cupcakes. I'm bringing out the Rebel coffee cake.
Was this from a woman?
Yes.
Thought so, because a man would have just gone and picked up Entenmann's.
Stop it! No, you have to do that homemade.
I know.
Anyway,
I'm just saying.
this is for something special.
It's a gender thing.
Okay.
All right, let's
go. So there's three quick little parts.
Okay.
Now there's the center. The chocolate is not actually in the cake batter.
No.
The chocolate is on top in the crumb topping, and also there's a ribbon running through it. Yeah, well, I know, but there is. There's a chocolate ribbon running through it. So the center is this. This is 2 teaspoons cocoa powder, some toasted hazelnuts, a teaspoon of sugar, a little bit of salt. You just set this aside. That's the center. That's it. Set it aside. Now we're making the crumb topping, okay? So I've got a half a cup of brown sugar.
Light brown sugar.
Light brown sugar. We're going to take a 1/4 cup of granulated sugar.
Right.
We're going to leave this here because that goes in the cake batter.
Okay.
Then we're going to do 2.5 teaspoons cocoa powder.
Right.
I put 2.5. I like that. And we're just going to kind of stir that
up.
That's right. Then we're going to take half a cup of melted butter. Make sure that it's melted. I want the whole thing to absorb into the butter.
Okay.
So you must have it melted. Thanks, Tom.
Right. Trying to help.
Such a big helper.
Yeah.
So you're going to stir that up. You can see it's a little bit soupy. But now we're going to take 1 cup of flour.
Okay.
And this is going to, the butter's going to absorb the flour, and that's what makes those nice crumbs that you get.
Yeah.
It's a crumb cake, and you know, the big difference really in between a coffee cake and a crumb cake is just the crumb topping. When you call it a crumb cake, it just has a little bit more crumb topping.
So it's not just semantics.
It's not just semantics, that's right.
And you
so
want
we're going
this
to
to
stir that up.
crumbly.
It's going to, you want to do this before you do the cake batter because you want it to kind of dry up.
Right.
So then you've got half a cup of toasted hazelnuts. I have the hazelnuts on a baking pan 5 to 7 minutes. That's all you need to.
And those are chopped up.
That's all you need chopped up. That's all you need to toast it. So you're just going to do that, and you're going to set that aside.
Okay.
Now we're going to move on to the cake batter part. I've got 3/4 cup butter, softened butter, because I know how you like when I leave the butter in this bowl. 1.5 cups of granulated sugar.
Okay. Sugar
and
butter.
Do you like coffee cake?
Yes, I do very much. As a matter of fact, I usually have an entire coffee cake every morning right before the show.
You do not.
I do.
Really?
Yeah, I have an entire coffee cake and an Earl Grey tea.
You're so fancy.
Yeah, I'm not telling the truth.
We're doing 2 eggs.
Okay.
We're going to do a teaspoon of vanilla. You're right, I don't measure it. I brought measuring spoons, and Tom was questioning that.
Because you never measure.
You never measure. You're going to stir that up, and now what we're going to do is 1.25 cups of sour cream. Now, I like adding sour cream in it. It makes your cake nice and tender. It also gives it that little bit of tang.
Yep, I concur.
That you so often taste in the New York style coffee cake.
Yes.
Now, many times you bake this in a 9x13 pan, but I was thinking for a...
I wouldn't even say many times. I'd say 80% of the time when I do it.
Yeah, coffee cake, but stop it. I tweaked it a little, baking it in the 2 pan or bunt pan, if you will. I know you love to say bunt.
The bunt
pan. Because if it's going to be for a bake sale, you want it to be a little bit of, fancy. You want it to be able to hang. You want it to be able to hang.
Plus, this is better for the ribbon.
I've got 2 cups flour, 1 teaspoon baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon baking soda, a little bit of salt, and some cinnamon.
You know, usually you come in here and these things are very, like so easy to make. There are 4 or 5 ingredients. No, this is easy, but there are more ingredients involved.
You know, there's more ingredients involved, but if you just lay everything out beforehand, measure it out, then it's not really going to take you that long.
And think of the flavor.
Think of the flavor. No, you're going to love it. You're going to love it. So you would stir this up. I don't know,
You got about a minute.
Oh, that's plenty of time.
Well,
so you can see.
We always say that, and then we waste 30 seconds talking about the Mets or something.
Stop it. So now what you're going to do is, what I like to do is a little bit less than half.
Right.
Just a little bit less, because you want a little bit more on top. So you're going to stick the batter into this bundt pan that's been greased. I like to use the
this would be a great place once you lay this out to lay in that ribbon.
Well, right. That's what I'm going to do right now, son. That's what I'm talking about. So you're just going to put a little bit in. You're going to take the nice little center that we made, the ribbon, if you will. You're going to sprinkle that on around. Oh my
Sprinkle
gosh,
it
we
into
might
the
make
bundt
it.
pan.
I'm going to take the rest of the cake
And go on
and
top.
now this really, with the lemonine and the eggs and whatnot, this is, did you see that? I mean, that really, you can't do that if you try.
No, there's no way.
Oh, don't put it back in there.
Why not?
Well, I don't know who's used this table before me. That's
that's
okay.
right. I remember now.
You won't be.
We shouldn't have done that.
You won't. That's okay. Nobody will be eating.
We were doing a hazardous material piece.
So
350, how long?
We're just going to stick this around 45 to 50 minutes. And now what you can do is you take this out. And you can see that it's hardened up.
Yeah.
You're going to crumple this right on top. This is going to bake up
it's
just like heaven in a cake pan.
So there are some ingredients. There are some steps. So you got to check out the website at kwgn.com. Just click on Dessert Diva, and it is all right there for you. And you can see the beautiful final product, which we will partake in a taste test in just moments. Thank you, Danette.
Thanks, Tom.
All right, wildlife officials are warning it's official. Bears